Hey guys, Subhan RF, aka Mr. Sublime here. Today I felt like doing something a little different than usual. I felt like reacting to Game 3 of the Golden State Warriors versus the Houston Rockets last night, and I did watch the game. But I wanted to react to it again, rewatch the highlights, kind of break down the film footage, and just kind of give you my thoughts on this series. We're just going to focus on the Golden State Warriors, and this will be the closest thing y'all get to the Getting Buckets with Subhan podcast, which unfortunately is no more. But the closest thing we can get to that is not really a podcast, but I figured, hey, why not just post these reaction videos to Warriors highlights? And I can, break down the highlights and talk about just with the Warriors, how they've been doing, how they've been playing, and kind of give you my perspective, my insight, my knowledge on the Golden State Warriors and how they've been playing lately. And so this might become a recurring, ongoing series. It might not. I don't know. I'll see how I feel about it. But I figured I'd give y'all something basketball related, given that, the Getting Buckets with Subhan podcast is no more, unfortunately. But yeah. So if you guys enjoy the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help the channel grow. Again, this might become a series, depending on how well it does, and also, of course, depending on how I feel. But thought I'd do something different today. So y'all might see some more experimental videos going forward on this channel, like this one. But yeah, without further ado, why don't we just start reacting to these highlights, shall we? But the Golden State Warriors were able to win this game 104-93. Just an outstanding defensive performance from the number one rated defense in the whole league ever since the Golden State Warriors acquired Jimmy Butler. I mean, the dude has been a godsend for us Warriors fans. He literally flipped our season, turned things around, saved our season. He's the reason. Playoff Jimmy is the reason we're even in the playoffs right now. And we owe so much to Jimmy Buckets, man. Shout out Jimmy Butler III, man. Batman and Robin. But, yeah. More on that later, though, as we react to these highlights.
Squarely focused on his defensive assignment tonight, which will be Steph Curry.
So to clarify, I did watch this game, but today I'm just gonna give you my thoughts as we react to these highlights.
Steph will bring it across against Thompson.
Screen away and try to bring Steph Curry back to the ball.
Huge shout out to our role players. That's a good bucket by BP. BP made some big plays down the stretch. He didn't have a monster scoring night by any means, but he contributed, made some timely buckets when it mattered most. And what I always like about BP is that he's a hustle player. He will always play his heart out no matter how the game is going. So yeah, it's good to see BP not being too bothered by that food poisoning issue he's been dealing with. But yeah. But huge shout out to our old guys. Buddy Hield had a huge night. Quentin Post with his rebounding. I think he had 12 rebounds or something. Gary Payne II. The dude is the man can't do no wrong, bro. And he has such a likable, lovable personality too off the court. But on the court, he's just one of the best players when it comes to knowing how to play off of Steph. And you will see more of that in this game, throughout this game.
Ago,
But to start the game off, the Rockets were playing really well. It was starting to look like the Rockets were going to blow out the Warriors. While I was watching this game, I was not optimistic, to be honest with you, at first. Van Vliet was balling the fuck out. He was playing like he was back with the 2019 Raptors. But did y'all see? Hold on. Did y'all see that? Hold on. Was that the play that? Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, no. Draymond Green, guys. In my opinion, it's cool that they gave him the Hustle Award, win. But let's be real. Us Warriors fans, we really wanted Draymond Green to win Defensive Player of the Year, DPOY. And he absolutely deserved it. And I know Evan Mobley took it. More power to Evan Mobley. No hate. But as a totally unbiased Warriors fan, I think Draymond Green deserved that Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, bro, the intangibles, all right? His impact on the defensive end is all world, like otherworldly. It's baffling to me how he didn't win Defensive Player of the Year. Draymond Green just is a disruptor on the defensive end. Nice slam by Kuminga on the other end. Kuminga has been really inconsistent, especially as of late. I know he has been playing his best brand of basketball. That's solid defense by Van Vliet, though. But Kuminga, I don't know. Should Kuminga get more minutes? Personally, I think we're fine without him in this series. Like, especially seeing the way we played without Jimmy Buckets, like in Game 3. I don't think we need Jonathan Kuminga, bro. I really don't. Buddy Hield with the big shot. We needed that one. Things were looking kind of grim. Nice shot by Van Vliet. Moody has been a solid 3-and-D wing player for us this season and in these playoffs. He always guards the opponent's best player. Just a solid. He's really grown into a solid 3-and-D wing player. Wow, that's wet. Yeah, pause. But oh shit! What the f happened? I think the soundboard that I used. Fuck. Hold on, guys. Yes, this is where we were. It's gonna be a problem. Because I won't be able to use the soundboard for while we access these highlights, but it is what it is. Bad, tough step back three by Jalen Green. But I gotta get something off my chest. A lot of people have been saying that Jalen Green has been playing bad, and that's true. But a lot of people are failing to mention the reason why he's been playing bad. I think a lot of that has to do with not so much Jalen Green as a player and his talent and skill set. A lot of that has to do with the Warriors' defense and how they're defending him how they defended him in game 1 and 3. I think the Warriors' defense deserves more credit and has played a larger role in Jalen Green's recent struggles than people are making it out to be.
That's the end of the first 12 minutes of play. Houston, quick start for you. You're a champion from 2019. This is the first road game for a lot of these young guys. What's been your message to your teammates?
Just stay composed. It's a long game. It's going to be a lot of highs and lows. Obviously, their home crowd, their first home playoff game this year. So, a lot of energy in the building tonight. We just got to stay composed and execute.
How do you take advantage of
How the fuck is Van Vliet doing an interview while he's still on the court?
So, we got to stop turning the ball over, keep the ball out the paint, hit the glass on the other end. We'll be in good shape.
I was just kidding, of course.
All right, guys, back to you.
I know that interview was prior to
Good with a
and being on the
mismatch
court.
Majewski gonna try and walk him down into the paint. The jump hook is good.
That jump hook by Şengün, bro, has been really killing us.
Back to Payton.
Not gonna lie, but man, when GP2 hits those corner threes, this was the key. We needed our role guys to really hit their open shots. Steph was gonna get blitzed. Without Jimmy buckets, the Rockets defense can solely focus on Steph Curry and blitz him every chance they get. So the other role guys have had to step up. It's the next man up mentality. They had to knock their open shots down, and they understood the assignment, as you guys will see shortly. But things were looking kind of grim. Look at the score. They're up. Rockets are up by 10. Warriors are down. They didn't call a foul on that. Things getting chippy. And apologies for pausing so much, but I really gotta, give y'all my thoughts. But the physicality, right? I don't mind the physicality and how physical the series has been, as long as the refs call it consistently on both sides. Okay? I like physical playoff basketball. I think it's great. It's great for the product, great for the league, and it's entertaining to watch as a fan. But the refs got to be more consistent on both ends. You know what I mean? There were some blatant foul calls that weren't called. All right, Steph just keeps getting grabbed, tugged, held, pushed, knocked down, after he lands from a three-point attempt. Like, come on, y'all. Just be consistent. That's all I ask. Nice finish there. That's a bucket. Greatest shooter of all time, man. You don't leave that man open, even for a split second.
And Steph Curry, though. Thompson to the rim. Got the tough shot off glass.
Tough.
In game 2. Smith drives against Hield. Tough pull-up is good.
Sometimes that was good defense. Sometimes you just gotta, do your best on a defensive end and hope the player misses. But that was a good shot by Hield. But this is where Steph Curry really flipped the switch, really turned it up. Because the Rockets were taking him out of the game with the blitzes and whatnot. But that's a nice pass. Warriors offense is at their best when what the fuck was that? Did Quentin Post to slip and fall while he was on his way to help Draymond Green? Did he just slip and? What the fuck? I didn't even notice that, bro. What the fuck happened?
Thompson fakes the DHO to Şengün.
But Warriors offense is at its best when there's ball movement. You know what I mean? But when Jimmy Butler's on the floor, that's when we can mix in some ISO ball, which is what Jimmy, is dominant as, with ball movement offense, motion offense.
And he cashes out.
But again, look, Rockets are up by 12. Things weren't looking so good, but Steph was just on a heater. This is where he said, give me the ball and get out of my way. That should have been a foul.
With another opportunity, Hield with the three.
Big shot. Shout out to Buddy Hield, man. Look at this defense from Steph, bro. Oh my goodness. Whoever said Steph can't play defense, bro? Did y'all see that block, bro? Steph is a capable defender, bro. I don't care what anybody says, bro.
And on offense, he's 7 already.
Green playing with a spoon. Finds Şengün.
How the fuck did that go in?
Curry whips it cross court to Kuminga. He drives the closeout.
But yeah, Kuminga has been very inconsistent. I think we'll be fine if he doesn't play. He doesn't get a lot of minutes this series, to be honest.
And a soft touch by tough spacing right now for Curry. Drives it into the lane. Got it.
Let's go. Nice finish again from Steph. And to be honest, I don't know if I'm speaking for all Warriors fans, but personally, this might be a hot take, unpopular opinion incoming, but I'd be fine with with a sign and trade deal involving Kuminga this offseason. Because clearly he's shown that he cannot play and fit well with Jimmy Butler on this team. We signed Moses Moody to an extension. Well-deserved. I'm happy. But Jonathan Kuminga, he's going to want more money in the offseason. A little too much money, if you ask me, from the Warriors. So if I'm the Warriors, I'd be considering some sign and trade options in the offseason. Maybe we can get an established, solid, role player for Jonathan Kuminga in the offseason. Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments. But nice move there from Kuminga. AKA the cum bucket. Wait, what? Nice pass. Quentin Post. Huge shout out to Quentin Post, man. He was battling all night, man. He didn't have a big night offensively, but defensively, defensive rebounding, boxing out Steven Adams and Şengün. Their bigs, their front court. Quentin Post deserves a huge shout out. Yeah, GP2, Buddy Hield, Quentin Post. Big games tonight. Or last night. Oh my goodness. And this was the play that resulted from the moment Steph was bringing the ball up the court. Or no, he wasn't bringing the ball up the court. It was GP2. And he was telling GP2. He was calling GP2 for the ball. He was like, give me the ball. Give me the ball. And he went and did that. Oh my goodness. Look at all that separation. Put his ass in a fucking blender, bro. Nice move. Good move. Good move by Jalen Green. So Rockets were fighting. Look at this. Like there were back and forth lead changes. Good move from Amen Thompson. Oh, this is where Dillon Brooks was dancing. Was getting danced on by Chef Steph, bro. Look at Curry, man. Nah, you not like that, Dylan. But rebounding has been an issue for us. But this game was about, reducing that margin and rebounding differentials. And Quentin Post was solid for us tonight, man. It goes to show you don't have to hit threes. Just to, hitting threes isn't the only way to impact the game if you're Quentin Post, GP2, man. He knows how to play off of Steph. Look at all the times he's gonna cut to the basket and get a layup. Look at this. They're always blitzing Steph. GP2 has been solid. And look at that. Steph draws double team. Wide open three in the corner for GP2. Defensive player of the year, bro. Look at that, bro. Yo. Shout out to Draymond, man. That's my guy, bro. Draymond is still the heart and soul of this Warriors team. Without Draymond, we would not have won any of those championships. And look at that pass. I'm telling y'all, GP2 always finds a way. Backdoor cuts. Just cuts to the basket at the right time. And look at that shot, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. That was such a quick release, bro. That's the fucking greatest showman in sports, bro. Steph Curry is the greatest showman in sports. And this was a big bucket from Podziemski.
Missed it and got the putback to go. It's a 6-point game in transition.
Look at this defense. #1 rated defense, bro, in the league. Look at this, bro. Just beautiful basketball, bro. Just beautiful, bro. Warriors basketball is just beautiful to watch, bro. Look at this defense. Look at this defense, bro. Best defense in the league since Jimmy Butler, bro. Look at this, bro. Defense wins championships, bro. If we're fully healthy, no team wants to see us. I'm telling you guys.
Have a lot of champions on this team.
I'm telling you guys. Like, if we're fully healthy, we got a healthy Jimmy Butler, a healthy Steph Curry. If both of, if both Batman and Robin are healthy, I like our chances this year, bro. I really do. And because we took game 3 without Jimmy Butler doesn't feel like he needs to rush his comeback. He can, sit out game 4, right? We're up 2-1. You can afford that luxury now. You're up 2-1, right? If we were down 2-1, I think Jimmy Butler would have said, okay, like Steve Kerr and Jimmy Butler would have, like, made sure that Jimmy would be ready to go for game 4. But because we're up 2-1 now, I mean, it's like Jimmy Butler doesn't feel like he has to play, He can rest. He can rest from his, his injury. So, yeah, this is like the best case scenario for the Golden State Warriors. But yeah, this was a solid team effort. Steph did his thing. He cooked, just the greatest showman in sports, and it's just a privilege to watch him play, even at the age of 37. To put up these types of numbers is crazy. Definitely just one of the GOATs. Draymond Green, just an absolute masterclass defensive performance yet again, showing you why, reminding everybody why he should have been the defensive player of the year. And just a solid contribution from our old guys. Shout out to Moses Moody, BP, Buddy Hield, QP, and GP2. Y'all did y'all thing. And let's get it. Game 4, which will be tomorrow. I can't wait. Warriors are rolling. It's good. It's a good time to be a Warriors fan. I'm so happy we're back in the playoffs. Warriors playoff basketball is back, and it feels good. What a time to be a Warriors fan. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. So, yeah, like I said, this was an experimental video. A little something different, Thought I'd mix it in there instead of the usual Let's Plays. But y'all can let me know if y'all want to see more of these types of reaction videos. Yeah. So, thank you for watching. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And I will catch you guys next time. Take care, much love, and peace out, y'all. And go Dubs.